Either you or I will win my lady, and if it's you, rejoicing in her love when I am dead, why then you'll have her. Geoffrey Chaucer, The Knight's Tale. Wednesday, 20th October, 1813, Godmersham Park, Kent. "Ah, Miss Austen," cried Mr. Richard Tilden, as he offered me a glass of claret this evening. Most welcome, as the day had been exceedingly wet, and the crush of persons in the ballroom at Chilham Castle so great as to entirely prevent me approaching the fire. "It has been an age since we met, and yet you appear to greater advantage than ever, if I may permit myself to offer so bold a compliment. That gown is excessively becoming, a shade exactly suited to a lady of your colouring." As the gown was new, and a source of inordinate pride, the very kick of fashion, and purchased at breathless expense only 6 months before in Brighton, I blushed like a schoolgirl. "You flatter me, Mr. Tilden." "Indeed I do not," he insisted, and raised his glass in salute. "To marriages made in heaven," he intoned, "and acquaintance renewed after far too long a lapse." I had no intention of flirting with the poor man, who was already long since married and devoted to his country church, but I condescended to beam at him before taking a sip of wine. I could not help but be pleased with my situation, having come into Kent with my brother Edward's entire family party in September. I had endured a headlong whirl of gaiety ever since, and though excessively fatiguing, the change from the quieter pleasures of the Hampshire countryside had undoubtedly done me good. I might revisit all those treasured scenes of happier days when Edward's beloved Elizabeth reigned at his beautiful Godmersham Park, serve as counsellor to my niece Fanny, who was caught in all the toils of young womanhood, and appear as boon companion to the affected and rather silly spinster charged with the governance of Edward's madcap younger daughters, in the midst of which, naturally, I snatched the odd hour to jot my immortal phrases into the little books I sew up from bits of foolscap. They have a distinct advantage in being no larger than the span of a pocket in a lady's gown, into which mine have frequently slipped when an unwanted visitor shatters the solitude of Edward's great library. There is nothing like a sojourn in the environs of Canterbury, indeed, for the refreshment and further education of a novelist, albeit a secret one, like myself. Everyone is rich here, and each has his peculiar story to tell. I think I could spend my whole life in Kent, collecting my characters and assembling my comic situations, and as I am presently at work on the story of a wealthy and indulged young lady by the name of Emma Woodhouse, who orders the existence of everybody about her exactly to her liking, much as my niece Fanny does, I could not be better placed. A wedding party at Chilham Castle, for example, with all the elegance of Edward's Kentish neighbours, must provide endless food for the writer's imagination. Add to its recommendations that it is the perfect occasion for the parading of my beloved wine-coloured silk, and you will understand a little of my inner exultation. No matter if Mr. Tilden were sparse of hair and stooped of shoulder, I knew myself to be in excellent looks, and must be gratified that someone, and a male someone at that, had admired my prize on its first wearing. "It has been some time since you were come into Kent, I think," Mr. Tilden persisted. 4 years, at least." "So long? I shall have to dispute the question of hospitality with your esteemed brother, Miss Austen. I certainly shall. I wonder you know your nieces and nephews again after so long a lapse."